Greetings, queens and kings. Welcome back to my channel. How are we doing, family? Oh, been a crazy week. I'm trying to get over some sickness, respiratory infection. Caused me to get off my fast for Ramadan, but hopefully next week I get back on track and start to feel a lot better on my meds now. But I hope everyone is taking care of themselves and healthy because it's very bipolar weather for spring, right? So let's hop into it. Family, there are two babies. But guess what? Oopsie Karen, you got two baby daddies for your twins. Woohoo! Yeah, family. Come on, let's get into it. Yes, family. I don't know what Tyler Perry was thinking with the transformation and the really darkening path that Gary's character is taking. We know he's practically the devil. He is so evil. How he has manipulated women from Andy to Penelope and countless others for years. But I can't remember if there was a trigger warning, but there should have been, especially women who have been abused. But the fact that, we know that Gary possibly has killed this woman in college who turned up missing that he was going with. And now Penelope, a woman who was carrying his child, the way he horrifically threw her to the ground, had, basically damaged her fetus, now killed her. We know, I'm sure, the level of blood. He had these people come in, and this is a guy I'm sure has worked with him in the past with cleaning up his mess, which is sick because this is what he does. And it was really triggering because you have women who are in abusive situations that may have lost. I haven't, thank God, haven't been through this, but know of people who have been in abusive relationships. And, this was really, to me, graphic and a little going beyond sick, even for Gary. And the depths of the turn that it's taken with him, I really hope that he's dealt with when it's all said and done, because this man is really, really evil. Now, here we have Andy. She's waking up from a nightmare because she can sense in her spirit through her dreams that something's wrong. She saw a woman hurt. She saw the blood. Jordan's a little concerned, and that's what it is. I mean, she was growing closer to Penelope. She probably sensed that something is drastically wrong with her, and it was really uneasy. And yeah, you're right. Something definitely has happened. And there was a lot of blood, Andy. So now she's coming in the office all happy and chipper, of course, in this mood. But she finds Miss Marie waiting for her. Miss Marie waits on no one. And she was really upset. Andy went into the office when she found out Fatima said she was waiting on her. And she was upset. Like, this is how you do business. I'm here waiting around for you. You all late doing God knows what. So Miss Marie, is really watching Andy. She doesn't, just because she hired her, it's not all in the bag. And this is why she feels she needs a co-counsel, because Andy's head might not be in the game like it should be. So now Karen calls Sabrina. They have a little chat because she, basically wants to get together with her girls, and she wants it only to be her girls. And Sabrina doesn't make any waves. So she's going to go whatever Karen says, so we can, go out for some mocktails or what have you. So she thinks that's a good idea. So she's really rounding up the troops. So, yeah. Sabrina, they having that little chat on that. So in walks the manager, I guess the regional manager, letting Sabrina know we're not having personal calls. Like, this is not going to go on with you as a manager of this branch. So at first, I guess Sabrina's like, oh God, I'm busted. Okay, I'm in trouble. But then she finds out that yes, she got the position. And I knew that's the tough side that Sabrina had exhibited previously in their meeting, was what that woman wanted to say. Was she going to be tough enough to handle the position? So Sabrina, held her head up high because at first she, slouching like a little girl with her head down, realized, it was emotional. I felt really happy for Sabrina that she got this promotion. She really deserves it. Now, here we have, oil and water, I call him. Karen calling up Danny, letting her know that they're going to have their little get together, have their little mocktails, and meet up, I guess, after work. But, she going to get shady, make her little snide comments, and Danny wasn't really feeling it. Because, number one, your girl Fatima, I don't want her there. And, if you don't do what Karen says, Karen got a problem with you. But I think Karen has always had a problem since college when it came to Danny, thinking she's better than Danny, but she just accepted her because, of course, she was friends with the other girls. Because honestly, I don't think Karen would tolerate Danny at all. But she was pissed off because you can't control who's friends with me. We can have friends. We can be friends from college, but you can't tell me not to have any other friends. And her and Fatima get along because her and Fatima have more in common. Fatima's more down to earth. She treats her with more respect. And Karen wasn't trying to hear that. And Danny gonna tell her straight up, bitch, if I want to bring her, I will. You do not control me. She has done this with Danny for the longest. Of course, anybody can string Sabrina along. She has that type of personality. She's just real easygoing like that. She doesn't make any waves. She has a beautiful spirit, but she has to have more of a backbone. And I think Karen is used to putting her foot down, having her friends do what they want to do. So she didn't like that because the old girl hung up on her after she said what she had to say. Now, she was about to bite Pam's head off like she usually does, but then she sat up there and thought about it. And Karen is really good, I noticed, with using her friends to get what she wants. Very controlling. But then she needed somebody in her corner just in case she knew old girl was gonna bring Fatima. I need you to come with me and the girls after work. You wasn't thinking about this girl, but you want to use her on your side in case things fall through. I don't really think that was cool. Put in the comments what you thought about that. Now, Zach, this is supposed to be a prestigious law firm. Zach seemed to just bounce in here doing whatever he wants when he wants. I don't know if he knew this was Fatima's lunch hour. I'm assuming so. Because I'm like, you gonna get this girl in trouble the way you be popping up, Zach. And she was on the phone because Danny was letting her know, come out with me and the girls. And Zach was like, at first, he was like, oh, is Karen gonna be there? It's gonna be a problem. Zach was like, oh boy. But then Zach told her, I think you should go. I think you should go. This could be on the start of being on a better, path when it comes to, they're going to be co-parenting and stuff. So they having lunch and he gave her all her favorites and, she was really happy with that. Now, Miss Marie is leaving out and, Andy tried to let her know, what she's done on the case so far, having nothing going out in the media. She put certain things in place so certain personal things don't come out. But she said, how it is with the public and the media. They have their way of letting things out. But Miss Marie don't be stressing that stuff too much. But what she did not expect is Hayden to come and let Miss Marie know some things, I guess, from her prenup, or her marital situation and status. There are things that may come back to blow up on you if you don't put things in place to protect your assets. He may be able to get some of your money and things, and she didn't like that. The fact that Andy didn't do her homework and was able to tell her that is a problem. So Hayden did his homework and played his cards right because he wants this wants this case and this client. So you gonna have to stay on top of your game, Andy. Period. Okay. Because Hayden was right. Now, when it comes to Maurice, he finds out that his girl got her job back and he was so happy. And then come to find out, he called and tipped the bank off on old girl doing some sexual things with clients, I guess behind the bank or whatever. Miss Girl was just grimy. She was a piece of work. But this is the mistake. The lady didn't hire Maurice back for a reason because of his track record. And now for Sabrina is telling Maurice because of their friendship that she wants him back at the bank. She wants the dynamic duo back. That's her Robin to her Batman. And I don't think that's a good move. Maurice needs to learn how to be professional and handle himself in the workplace. And I would set some rules down and in place before I allow him to come back because he can't do the things he used to do. Now, I think, I will give credit where credit is due in this moment. Pam asked for some time to go to the bank to open up an account because the attorney that Andy recommended told her she needed a business account. So Karen was pretty impressed, like, oh, okay, you trying to do things right. And at first, I don't think Karen was going to give her that extra time off, but she told her, she looked up to her hero. She said, who is it? Beyonce, Cardi, some type of celebrity. She said, no, you. Because of what you have done, you got your own shop. I've seen you struggle and get through it. And Karen, two babies. And, Karen, everyone has a good side and a bad side. And I give credit where credit is due. Karen's wrong with things. I'm going to point it out. But, she does have the strength that many of us black women have endured. I know I can relate. Sometimes you can grow a little bitter and resentful. Misery does love company when you're hurting. Things don't go right, but there's a level of maturity that Karen needs to have when it comes to this situation with Zach and this baby. But Pam pointed out some valid things about Karen, and she really commended her for that. And she was touched when she said she looked up to her, as a superhero for what she has endured. And yeah, I think a lot of us black women who are doing a lot of things, parenting and things alone, may not have the support we want. Really just wanted love, but that love didn't work out. Just wanted to let people know that we're seen and people appreciate us. And that's what Pam did for Karen. So now we have Tony here. He knows his doggone children are mischievous, and he really need to get those bad children in check and be more respectful. If he, are they gonna have Danny, be a part of Danny's life, and vice versa. So he went and got her some better pearls, nicer pearls as a gift, and she really appreciated it. I think it was sweet to replace her pearls after his daughter swindled her out of it. But in the back of my mind, I think there's still going to be trauma and a lot of, I don't want to say maybe not necessarily trauma, but situations that may not be too good when it comes to Tony and Danny. But we'll see. Now, she lets her know that Hayden has basically swindled himself into her case as her co-counselor, letting Fatima know, Fatima, chill, calm down. I know you don't like Hayden, but at the end of the day, Hayden may save Andy when it comes to this particular case because it's all about the client. And, he did give some credible, valid information that will help the case that they need to work on. And whether you don't like it or not, you're going to have to partner with this man. So make the best of it, Andy. We're going to see. How you think this is going to turn out? Put it in the comments. Now, this guy comes in, and I'm looking at him like, this seems to be more of your type, Jordan, if you know what I mean. I don't know why. I think something's going to come up when it comes to Jordan's sexuality. I think this man might have something to do with it in the future. We know who sent him. Jordan basically looked at his resume, thought the guy was on the up and up, but we find out that he's not. And Jordan used the word partner. This is me and my partner. And the guy seemed a little taken back. I don't know. Something tells me this guy may be gay and he may eventually make a pass at Jordan. I think something's going to come up between Jordan and Andy. And I really think it's going to be something dealing with his sexuality, something that he has fought in the past. And Andy is, that relationship he wants to do to cover up those feelings. Now, Gary is pissed off because the thing with Miss Marie didn't work, and he wants to know what other plan and direction he's going to take. And he knows that his boy has something planned, and he was like, well, I'm going to check on that to see how that plan works. And then we find out, lo and behold, that the guy that's going to be working on Jordan's campaign was a plant that Gary's partner had sent to bring down his campaign, bring down his reputation, and really mess Jordan up. So it's about to get crazy with this guy. I think it's going to take a serious twist knowing Tyler where this is going to go. But just remember what I said as far as Jordan is concerned. And Jordan with this new guy that's going to be working. We'll see. I just got a gut feeling. Now, they are at the juice bar where they're going to have their little, celebration. Brina got her new promotion, and Rich got her the bag that she wanted. I think that was really sweet. That was really considerate. Rich is still trying to be there for her, even though she is working on having a baby on her own. And something is telling me, y'all, that Sabrina is going to get pregnant by Rich and not through this other means with this in vitro. I really think so. So now the crew is coming in. Danny came in. Andy came in. Fatima came in. And now they're chatting. And Andy was like, I wish I knew you was coming. We could have rolled together. She was like, yeah, Danny invited me. She was like, oh, okay. So now they're waiting on who. Now, in the meantime, you have Zach here with little Michael, and he's reading to him. Little Michael's playing, and it's just a really nice, endearing moment with his son, reading a story. He's so cute. Michael up there laughing. So, yeah, Zach is loving fatherhood. So now the girls are enjoying their mocktails and their healthy juices. And in walk Miss Jella. She already comes through the door with this look on her face, because of course she don't want, the man she still loves, her baby daddy, fiance, to be there. But at this point, you was fine with it just last season, Karen. And now all of a sudden, what changed? Now you back to old being nasty at Fatima. The way you switch off is giving me a headache. So basically, they're sitting there. She drags Pam in. Pam, you don't need to have an attitude about anything because you're only hearing one side of the story. So you need to just be there friendly and chill. Now her and Danny goes at it because of course Danny wants a little something extra in her drink. She tired of just the juice. So she added something to it. And, Karen thinks she's real selfish. Well, Danny, she don't think about nobody but herself. So now here she go with the shades and the insults. So what if she puts something else in her juice? She's there to support you regardless of what's in her juice, Karen. So this was just another way to attack her because she's mad that she invited Fatima. So now they going back and forth, and she want to be disrespectful to Sabrina's man. Sabrina like, yo, don't talk to my man like that, because she was like, ain't nobody asked for you and your juice. And she, I'm like, Karen, you are nasty and bitter. And enough is enough with this mess. So she pissed off because nobody respected her wishes. Fatima's going at her because you're not going to come at me like that. Because of, I'm with your ex. I'm with him now. And this is something she needs to accept. And it's getting tiring and worn out and petty and trifling. And this is where Karen gets on my last nerve, because the level of disrespect. If you accepted this before with her and y'all were cordial, now why go back to being toxic again? And so it was just too much. So now Andy gets a call from Jordan because he's concerned. He hasn't heard from his sister. He wants to know if Andy heard from her. And she said no, maybe she's just out or resting. But then she said, you know what, we're going to have to go, y'all. I have something to deal with. And Fatima, I'm going to need you. So, she needed her superhero to come and deal with her with Gary. And Gary, he having that little slick attitude. Of course, Fatima's going to whip out her weapons as always and try to deal with Gary. Gary thinks it's funny. I'm not scared of you, Fatima. They going back and forth. I don't, he's denying it. I don't know what you women are talking about. He knows he's psychotic. This man is crazy. He knows how to play it off like he did no wrong. So now they're gonna have to deal with that. But I hope they stay on the case. Now in the meanwhile, Pam calls Karen to make sure she's okay after a little fiasco at the juice bar, and she says, "I'm okay. Thanks for checking on me." And then she finds out, when she thought Pam was calling back, she found out it's the doctor. Lo and behold, the doctor says, I got the results. She said, oh, yeah, well, I know. Zach's the father. This was just a little formality. Well, no, boo. Yeah, he's the father of one of the babies. But guess what? Not the other. Yes. That threw Karen for a loop. And I found this out some time ago. This is probably, I had a friend of mine when she was pregnant with her twins. Unfortunately, she lost one, and the girl made it. She was pregnant with a boy and a girl. So the other boy, she wound up losing, but she kept one of the twins. And at that time, this was probably over 25 years ago. And I found out then that both of her twins were conceived at different times. Same father, but they were conceived at different times. They were like a week apart. But that's why the two sacks, when Karen went to the doctor, they were both separate. The twins were in the same sack because it was different periods. So they both made it to the womb, and the uterus, and they considered twins, but twins not conceived at the same time. And because of the close proximity of her and Aaron and Zach, and when she had sex with them, this is what happened. So yeah, boo, you're gonna have to deal with Aaron or whoever the other baby daddy is, along with Zach. So yeah, you weren't totally right, boo. So I can't wait to the new season, when this news pops off and Zach finds out, he gonna have to share these uh parenting time with his baby mama and whoever the other baby daddy is. So until next time, family, peace. Stay authentically you and live the life you deserve. Peace, family.
Talk to me nice.